When you hear the word cult, what do you picture? A group of people wearing robes, living in the woods, chanting weird stuff? Maybe following some long-haired guy who thinks he's the chosen one? Yeah, that's the image most people have. But here's the truth. Cults never really went away. They just got smarter, slicker, louder, and a whole lot better at hiding in plain sight. They traded robes for blazers, compounds for conferences, preachers for influencers. The language changed, the costumes changed, but the playbook, that stayed the same. Let's talk about it. What even is a cult? Before we go too far, let's clear one thing up. What actually makes something a cult? It's not just about weird beliefs or living off grid. A cult is defined more by its behavior than its doctrine. It's about control, obsession, total devotion to a leader, a system, or an idea. It's about cutting you off from outside perspectives, making you feel like you finally found truth while everyone else is lost. And most importantly, it's about identity. In a cult, who you are becomes completely tied to the group. You stop thinking me, you start thinking us, always us. Sound familiar? It should. Because this isn't just about old school religious cults, it's about modern culture too. The cult of personality and influencers. Let's start with the most obvious example, influencers. These aren't just people sharing their lives. Some of them are building full-blown followings that look and feel exactly like cults. You see people hanging on their every word, buying whatever they sell, defending them like their lives depend on it. And the influencers, they know it. They use special names for their fans. They create insider language. They sell a lifestyle, a belief system, and often some version of salvation. Lose weight like me, think like me, get rich like me, be like me. It's not a relationship, it's worship. And when someone questions the influencer, they're labeled a hater, a non-believer. The group closes ranks, dissent isn't allowed. Just like a cult, MLMs and the business of belief. Then we've got multi-level marketing companies. You know the ones, your old classmate hits you up out of nowhere, suddenly obsessed with essential oils or protein shakes. This isn't just a product, it's a movement, they say. MLMs don't just sell stuff. They sell hope, belonging, sisterhood, empowerment. But only if you stay positive. Only if you buy in, emotionally and financially. The leaders become icons. You watch their Instagram lives like sermons. You repeat mantras like, success is a choice. You push through debt and burnout because winners never quit. Meanwhile, the money flows up. Always up. And if you question anything, you're not committed. You're letting negativity block your abundance. That's not business. That's cult psychology with a splash of capitalism. Self-help gurus. Worship in a conference room. Another place cult energy shows up, the self-help industry. Now to be clear, not all personal growth is bad. Wanting to improve yourself is healthy. But when one person claims to have all the answers, that's a red flag. Some self-help gurus create entire worlds around themselves. Their events look like rock concerts. People cry, scream, chant. They leave saying it changed their lives. They start quoting the guru like scripture. You don't need therapy, you need this program. You don't need rest, you need to hustle harder. You don't need questions, you need faith. That's not healing, that's conditioning. And when you stop growing unless you're paying someone thousands of dollars to tell you how to live, that's not empowerment, that's dependence. Wellness, but make it holy. Even the wellness world has cult vibes now. Don't eat this, only eat that. Take these supplements, use this brand, follow this routine. If you feel tired or sick, it's your fault for not doing it right. Health becomes morality. Your habits define your worth. There's one correct way to live, and it usually comes with a product. The community feels spiritual. Everyone speaks the same language. They manifest things. They burn sage. They share trauma, but only in a way that looks good on Instagram. And if you say, hey, maybe this is getting weird, you're low vibration. You're not aligned. Suddenly, wellness isn't about health, it's about obedience. Politics got a cult makeover too. Let's not forget politics. Look around. People treat political figures like gods, like messiahs. Their words are gospel, their mistakes are forgiven or flat out ignored. Their enemies, not just wrong, but evil. It's not about issues anymore. It's about identity, being on the right team, wearing the right colors, using the right slogans. This isn't healthy disagreement. This is tribalism, us versus them. My side is pure, yours is corrupted. And if you even question your own side, you're a traitor. That's not civic engagement. That's indoctrination. And once again, we're not choosing leaders. We're pledging allegiance to them. branding over belief. So why don't we call these cults? Because they look good. Cults today don't wear robes or chant in circles. They wear Lululemon. They live stream. They hashtag. They smile big. They look polished and powerful and positive. The branding is on point. You're not in a cult. You're in a community. You're not following a guru. You're learning from a mentor. You're not being brainwashed. You're transforming. It's the same tactics with better lighting. Why people fall for it? You might be thinking, this sounds crazy. I'd never fall for that. But here's the thing, anyone can. Cults, old or new, prey on human needs. We all want belonging, purpose, a sense of control, a story to believe in. And when life feels chaotic or empty, these groups offer certainty, clarity, rules. They say, we have the answer, and we want to believe them. And once you're in, the pressure to stay grows. You've invested money, time, identity. Admitting it might be toxic or manipulative, that's hard, so you double down. That's how smart people end up in cults. Not because they're weak, but because they're human. It's about power. At its core, cult behavior isn't just about belief, it's about power. One person or a small group controlling others, financially, emotionally, or spiritually. The tools have changed, the language is different, but the goal is the same. Keep people loyal, keep them dependent, keep them obedient. That's what cults do, whether it's in a church, a YouTube channel, or a boardroom. And if you look closely, you'll see that a lot of what we call influence today, it's just rebranded control. So how do you stay awake? The truth is, staying awake in this kind of world isn't about being paranoid. It's about staying grounded. It's about keeping that little voice in your head alive. The one that says, wait, does this actually make sense? That voice is your best friend. Don't ignore it. Ask yourself, do I still feel like me here? Or am I just repeating what I'm supposed to say? Am I free to question things? Or do I feel like I'll be shamed for speaking up? Could I walk away tomorrow and still feel okay? That's how you spot the difference between a healthy group and something more controlling. A real community lets you breathe. It lets you have doubts, change your mind, and grow at your own pace. It doesn't demand loyalty in exchange for love. It helps to mix up what you consume. Don't just follow one person, one group, or one way of thinking. Read other stuff. Talk to people who don't agree with you. It doesn't mean you have to change your views. It just keeps your mind flexible. That's how you build real strength. Also, check in with your emotions. Are you constantly hyped up, overly inspired, or even scared of missing out? Cults, old and new, love to keep you emotionally charged. They don't want you thinking clearly. If everything feels like a rush, take a step back, breathe, and don't beat yourself up if you've fallen for something before. Everyone has. Smart people, caring people. It's not about being gullible, it's about being human. We all want to belong. We all want meaning. That's nothing to be ashamed of. What matters is what you do when you start to see it. So basically, cults didn't vanish. They evolved. They swapped bonfires for algorithms, preachers for content creators, devotion for subscriptions. And now they look so normal, so shiny, so inspiring, you don't even realize you're in one until it's too late. But once you see the patterns, you start to spot them everywhere. So stay curious, stay skeptical, trust your gut, and remember, just because something looks like freedom doesn't mean it is. Because these days, the most dangerous cults don't ask you to drink the Kool-Aid. They ask you to click follow.